storied.com.
What's happening, people? The interviews, we're back again, officially Urban Empire Radio. This is number 7, I believe, or number 6. Again, like, we'll get it figured out. But yeah, music for me is always good when it's like organic, when you find something yourself that like you didn't really expect to come across, and it's just surprisingly good. And one of the guys that I've got in front of me is one of those people. I just came across him by accident, and in fact got to find out that he's one of the, like, he's been doing music basically, but I know him as Mr. True Stories. You might know him as Fiasco. What's going on, brother? You good?
Yeah, I know the face. Yeah, I'm good. How you doing? You okay?
I'm good, man. I'm good. How are you?
Not too bad, not too bad. It's a good look, this thing's. Appreciate you for me having it. Yeah.
Nah, no problem. Like I said, I'm a fan of music first, innit? And I came across you, I think first from the Behind Bars video that Art Officials did. Shout out to Art Officials, obviously.
Yeah,
And I mean, I saw the video and I was like, it's kind of cool. I like the concept, obviously the way it was shot. And then I kind of really bought into the True Stories thing. So then I've got Apple Music, shameless plug, but I've got Apple Music. Typed in your name into Apple Music and True Stories came up. And I listened to it and I was like, rah, this guy is actually sick. Like, how have I not known about him? But that's what we're here for. We're here to give people a platform, and I really want to obviously just promote things that I like, but more importantly, give people a platform. So briefly just touch on who you are and where you come from musically.
Yeah, like I say, I go by the name of Fiasco. So if you type that in, it's Fiasco with 2 O's now. I used to have it as 1 O, but every time you typed it in with 1 O, Lupe Fiasco always used to come up. So now I want it with 2 O's now.
Okay.
I started music from when I was about 16, 17, growing up in South Manchester, but more West Gore and South Manchester. And obviously the scene for what I did with grime music at the time, it was popping off in South Manchester, where it was like my side OT, follow with it, do you know what I mean? So I knew at some stage I needed to get over to there. And then as soon as I did move over to there, my dad moved to Witherton when I was about 16, I think it was. I used to hit every youth club, just doing all the little bits and bobs. I didn't really get a name straight away, and then I think one incident happened where I had a live battle with one of the up and coming MCs at the time, which was called Shifty.
Oh wow, you battled Shifty?
Yeah, little. It was like a live thing. It's not like recorded down on CD.
Okay, yeah.
And it was in my youth club as well, which was my thing. And Shifty ended up winning the battle. Do you know what I mean? At there and then. But the way he presented himself, he used to flow like a river, very slow. Everyone could hear every word he was saying.
Yeah,
you know what I mean? Whereas my flow then was bare fast.
Yeah,
you know what I mean? And I think people took to him more because they could hear what he say, even though my content was good. Do you know what I mean? And I think that changed me a bit for starting to spit slow. Do you know what I mean? That day there and then. So ever since that day, I spit slow. I think because I've got content, people take to me more to this day. So yeah, I made a track called Delilah. It went viral.
Okay.
And I did a few little clashes and stuff and whatnot. But yeah, that's what's brought me here today.
All right. Well, for me, like, people that know me know I'm a big fan of, as much as I respect heritage and where people come from, I'm a huge fan of what you're doing now. And I have to congratulate you on True Stories. I
Appreciate that.
I think it's an incredible body of work. Not only for like the content, but more just for the concept, the way it's put together. I think your style is quite unique in that you can really understand and visualize what you're trying to talk about. So, like, the idea to put True Stories together, like, talk to me about that. Like, where did that kind of idea come from?
So basically, I've always been a storyteller within my music, do you know what I mean? So if I spit 16 bars, I try and make sense from the first bar to the last bar as if it's a story, do you know what I mean? But I'd never really, like I say, done a body of work where it's all together. Do you know what I mean? So last year when I started to get back into music, because I took a gap from music, I felt to myself, I need to do something what starts my life from where it was 10 years ago and just build it on to where it is now, kind of thing. Do you know what I mean? So within True Stories, so the different tracks within True Stories, but in the end, the beginning of my story, and do you know what I mean? And is obviously the end of True Stories is the end. But saying that, within the end, after I released it as an EP, I felt like it wasn't the end, so I'm gonna advance True Stories to an album. Do you know what I mean? So
Okay.
I'm gonna add 6 tracks to it, which will be out on the 23rd of December, which is my son's birthday.
Okay.
So
Jaden.
But that, yeah, I'm with Jada.
Yeah, I've
so
been listening.
That
I've
will
been
be
listening.
like a free CD for everyone. Do you know what I mean? You don't have to pay for that one.
Oh,
So,
really?
Yeah.
Okay.
So yeah, so message me on whatever social media you've got me on. I'll send it to your home address. You know what I mean?
What made you decide to be so vulnerable? Because, like, I'm not gonna ask you if it's 100% true, just because there's a lot of stuff that I don't know could potentially get you in trouble. I don't know, but like, what made you decide to be so vulnerable with the music? Because it's really believable. Like, there's certain tracks obviously that stand out for me, which we're gonna get into, but the whole kind of project just comes across really heartfelt and really original more than anything. So what made you decide to be so candid?
Me, I've always been different in life. Do you know what I mean? If 50 man are going this way to a rave, do you know what I mean? I'll be that one kid that goes to this rave over here, do you know what I mean? So, again, I felt like if 50 man are doing trap music and they're talking about, I got this amount of money, I got this amount of guns, do you know what I mean? I feel like I'm always going to be this guy doing the J. Cole type of thing, do you know what I mean? Talking real shit. Well, I don't know if people want to hear it, do you know what I mean? But I felt like that's my lane that I needed to go to, do you know what I mean? So when I started the project, that was my aim, just to talk about real shit that I've done in the past, real shit that I'm going through right now, do you know what I mean? And then that's part of me. I'm not one of them that's going to hide behind something. If I got something to say, I'll address it in the music, do you know what I mean? I'm not going to think, oh, I worry what this guy's going to say about me, I worry what that guy's going to say about me, do you know what I mean? I don't care about that, do you know what I mean? I'll tell you how it is, do you know what I mean? To your face or in a track, do you know what I mean? So I think that's the vulnerability that in me. It just comes out in my music.
And what's the response been from the project in general?
See, before I did take that gap in music, it had a little bit of a buzz about me around the city. I feel like this project has brought that buzz back. I thought it was going to be hard because I'm older, do you know what I mean? I'm not in touch with the youngers anymore. I thought it'd be very hard to get it back, but I feel like I've got that little bit of a wave, do you know what I mean, back to where I kind of was before I left, do you know what I mean? So I feel like it's been a good response, yeah.
Can we speak on, like, why there was a gap?
Yeah, of course you can. I felt like I released a mixtape called Back to the Wall when I was 21.
Okay.
I had a sick response. I sold 2,000 copies, no label signing, no management team, do you know what I mean? Just off my own back, 2,000 copies,
Yeah.
10 grand turnover. So I had a sick response from that. But at that time, there was no avenue for an MC like me to go to that was above just doing mixtapes. So for me to sell a whole mixtape and make 10 grand, do you know what I mean? But it was a whole year worth of work. I felt like as a man, I wasn't able to provide for what I want in life, do you know what I mean? I wasn't going to be able to get my car or a mortgage or, do you know what I mean, go on holidays that I want to go on if I'm continuing at that rate, do you know what I mean? And then I was popping, do you know what I mean? So I felt like I had to come away and sort myself out financially, do you know what I mean? I ended up creating my own business, do you know what I mean? Which now pays for my mortgage, do you know what I mean? I own my own car that I want. I get to go on holiday wherever I want to go, do you know what I mean? So now I'm financially set, do you know what I mean? I felt like it was the right time to come back to do something what I love, kind of thing.
Because it is a passion for you, isn't it? It comes across like that anyway.
Yeah, definitely.
Like music.
I love music. I listen to music every single day. You want to wake up and my missus is saying, oh, can you do this? I've got headphones in my ears, I'm not listening to it, do you know what I mean? So I love music.
All right. All right, moving on swiftly. Like I said, I'm gonna focus a lot on true stories because, like, for me, that's what I'm gonna call you from now on, Mr. True Stories. Bugsy McClone. Initially, like, just off the title, I thought it was a diss track. Listening to it, it seems like you're paying homage, but in your own words, because I know that there are a lot of people who probably seen that and think, "Oh, he's going at Bugsy." Like, what's the deal? Are you going at Bugsy?
No, not at all. I feel like obviously it's a thought through process. So when I've come back into the game, he's a kid that's popping. Do you know what I mean? And he's popping very well. But see, if you follow the London scene as well, what you got to remember, their unit is different. If you go to recall, I don't know, a track that Chipmunk's done this year, and he's got bars like "stop that, start that, take that, what," and he's referring to Dizzy Rascal. Do you know what I mean? So he's referencing his bars because obviously Dizzy Rascal is a
Legend,
big legend to Chipmunk. Do you know what I mean? They do it all the time. Gets does it with Skepta. They always refer to each other's bars, but whereas in Manchester, you don't really get that. You don't really get that unity. You don't really pay the homage to as somebody that's a peer to you. I mean, at the moment, Bugsy's the guy. Do you know what I mean? So it was more of a thing that, yeah, I drove past my mum's old house. That was his fire in the booth that just, you know what I mean, made him go clear. Do you know what I mean? So it's more of a pay homage, respect to say, this guy's doing it. Let's represent Manchester. Do you know what I mean? So it wasn't about me or Bugsy. Do you know what I mean? It's more about respecting your peers at this moment in time.
Oh, really? So you're paying homage to him?
Of course, I'm paying homage to him. Yeah, he's done a lot. He's done a lot in this scene.
Why did you choose to? Because, like I said, I don't know. It seemed to be really well thought out. Like the same kind of beat. The flow was similar, but like in your own kind of way. Like, was there a specific kind of like where did the inspiration come from? Because
it's because I don't know him as a person. By the way, I don't know him as a person.
Yeah,
but
yeah.
I feel like when I do listen to him, I feel like we're similar in kind of what we do. Do you know what I mean? We're both grime MCs. We both paint pictures with words. Do you know what I mean? And both obviously have a similar upbringing of, do you know what I mean, the troubles. And we're both direct, do you know what I mean? We both tell you how it is.
Yeah, true.
Do you know what I mean?
True.
So in that case, I felt like it was similar, do you know what I mean? So I feel like we're a clone of each other, do you know what I mean? Not to say I'd be like him, because we flow different, do you know what I mean? We sound different, do you know what I mean? But, you know what I mean? So that's where it just come from. Yeah, and I felt like it was a track that I just wanted to get out there. I don't even know if he's ever heard it, do you know what I mean? It wasn't the intention for him to hear it. It was more of a fact that I just wanted to do that track, do you know what I mean? So never a diss track at all, no.
Alright. I've listened to True Stories over and over. I was listening to it on the way here, just to get myself into a space. Have you got a favourite track on it yourself?
Favourite?
Because I've got one that means something to me, so I just wanted to...
It's different, like, it depends what mood I'm in, do you know what I mean? It's different things, like, if I'm in a trap mood, do you know what I mean? I play Money Motivated. I think that's one of my favourites. If I'm in a relaxed mood where I feel like, that song touched people, you can't really look much past my mum's track, do you know what I mean? So I don't know, these different ones. I like I say, when I've extended the album to the 14 tracks, do you know what I mean? Some of these other 6 that I've added on, I think they're better than the 8 that...
Oh, really?
Yeah, seriously,
Okay.
do you know what I mean? So I've just continued I feel like I continued the way right anyway, and the same theme, do you know what I mean? So, yeah.
I want to be quite delicate with this because, I don't know, it is a track about your mum, Julie Archer. I was listening to it late last night just to try and, like I said, get prepared for the interview. And it's deep. It is deep. And like I said, I don't even know you to know if it's true or not, but it seems like it is. So can you speak about how hard it was to record that track in particular?
Because oh yeah, obviously it's
that is a track for me that people really seem to resonate to.
See, it's a hard situation for me to talk about, really. But yeah, everything I said in the track is true. Do you know what I mean? I just recall the period of time that I said I was going to do True Stories was last year, so I started doing it, but not release nothing. I didn't release not one thing. Do you know what I mean? So, and this happened in the February, back in the February, March this year, and that, in a way, it fucked things up for me mentally of what I was doing, but I felt like I can turn it into a positive somehow, do you know what I mean? To let people know that this is what happened to my mum. Basically, as well, this is what I didn't want. What happened to my mum is when he's my uncle as well that done it as well. So when my uncle did actually murder my mum, his name was in the press a lot. Do you know what I mean? So it'd be in the Sun, it'd be in the Mirror. Do you know what I mean? If I went places, people knew his name. Do you know what I mean? Where people didn't know my mum's name, so she was just a victim. And that's what happens a lot when you watch like murder victims in the past. Do you know what I mean? People always remember the murder victim, the murderer. Sorry, yeah, but not the victims. Do you know what I mean? So I felt like, because my mum's more important than my uncle. Do you know what I mean? How can I get her to be remembered to be more important than him? Obviously, there's no other better way than do it from music. Do you know what I mean? So that's why it's called Julia Archer. I could have said R.I.P. Mum. Do you know what I mean? As a track. Do you know what I mean? But I thought Julia Archer, I wouldn't usually be remembered because she was my mum. Do you know what I mean? So, like I say, yeah, when it happened, I was on holiday. Got a phone call. Worst phone call I've ever had in my life. Yeah, I had to try and get an emergency flight back home. I was getting calls from back home saying that she was okay, do you know what I mean? So when I was over there, my thought process wasn't like going too much, do you know what I mean? I was thinking, but not overthinking. I got back, and then when I did get back, they told me the worst situation, do you know what I mean? So it was heartbreaking, really.
Alright.
Yeah,
like I said, it's one of those that I feel like true art really does evoke certain emotions out of you. And like I said, I didn't know whether it was true or not, but just like you can watch a movie that might be pure fiction, and it makes you feel a type of way. That was what that track did to me. And I know that, like, even Rio, because I've interviewed Rio, and he was like, "Wow, like, make sure you ask him about that track." I think that's the track that's really got people talking, because it really does seem to come from an honest place, man. I just have to applaud you for actually being able to talk about it, to be honest.
It's not like every artist, music artist in the UK or America, you can all like pigeonhole in some sort of bracket. They've done a track that's about money, or they've done a track about a girl, or do you know what I mean? Sometimes they think outside the box and do different tracks. But there's not many that can just say, yeah, I'm done a track about my mum that's died in that sort of way, do you know what I mean? So I felt like, again, I was being different. I was being the first to do it. So just to make people listen and just feel my pain, do you know what I mean? Because it's been a hard year, do you know what I mean? A very hard year, do you know what I mean? A lot going on.
Well, again, just to reinforce the overall project, if you haven't heard it, make sure you check it out. True Stories. It's on everything. It's on everything.
It's on Spotify, iTunes, Google Play. It's on everything. But like I say, if you want to wait for the full project, 23rd of December, I've got CDs printed out. 1,200.
Don't wait. Listen to it now and just stay in touch. Don't wait, because trust me,
I'm gonna print out 1,200 copies and just send them to everyone. Do you know what I mean? Anyone who wants one, I'm just gonna send it to them.
All right. So moving on, not to obviously like overlook what we've spoken about, but just to try and lighten the mood a bit. 2017, I'm excited about it just because I feel like Manchester's in a great space musically.
Yeah.
But can you speak to what you've got coming in 2017, or at least like the first quarter?
See, I'm one of them. Even though I'm a catch-22. Even though I reveal a lot in my songs, I don't like to reveal a lot about my music or to my forthcoming stuff. So, yeah, do you know what I mean? I keep my cards close. But anyway, I'm working on at the moment. I'm working on a management deal. Do you know what I mean? So, I think.
A management deal.
Yeah, do you know what I mean? So eventually, I think that's going to take me to the next level. Do you know what I mean?
Yeah.
It's probably a few levels above my level. Do you know what I mean? But I need to get to that next level. Do you know what I mean? And I feel like the manager's going to take me there. So,
Okay.
Yeah, from then you'll start to see the power moves yourself. Do you know what I mean? So I'd rather you see him rather than me telling you I'm going to do this, and you're already expecting it, and then it might be failed. Do you know what I mean?
Yeah.
I'll let you see it yourself when it's there. Do you know what I mean?
All right.
So
where do you feel like Manchester's at? Because I ask everyone this, and I feel like because you've got a history in this music thing, in Manchester. Like, where do you feel like Manchester's at this point in time?
I feel like now, because I've been here a long time, this is like the second spurt. I feel like this second spurt feels the same as it was as the first spurt. The first spurt was 2005 when you used to get the Shifties, Dino Menace, Riggs, Liquid, Hypes, do you know what I mean? Slayer, all them MCs that are as a strong body of people, do you know what I mean? And it was all popping back then. And then I think it died, the scene died.
Why? Like, I want to know.
It's
like,
a mixture of a few things that died. Obviously, a music genre changed with the fans, so people went from listening to grime MCs, which was the in thing for kids, do you know what I mean, who Bluetooth tracks to the phones. They changed their perception of listening to niche now, do you know what I mean, which niche is not an MC style. People MC'd on niche, but it weren't an MC style. It's more for vocalists, do you know what I mean? Then it went from niche to house to techno, do you know what I mean? I feel like it's come round in one big circle now and it's back on grime. Do you know what I mean? So I feel like this is the second spurt. That was one of the reasons, do you know what I mean? Obviously, our main vocalist at the time was Shifty, do you know what I mean? He had his car crash, do you know what I mean? That was a part of it as well. So a few things happened, do you know what I mean, why it died. But it did die, do you know what I mean? But like I say, at this moment in time, there's so many of the older generation coming back, do you know what I mean? There's so many of the youngers coming through as well. It's crazy how much talent we have. I feel like we're going to be, if not competing with the London scene soon, do you know what I mean? Alongside with the Birmingham bracket, do you know what I mean? So
I definitely feel like it's about time, like, Manchester has a time, because we've never really had a time. We've had, like, individual artists do well, but we've never had a time where there was a time where Birmingham had a time where it was just every other thing you hear on the radio, every other video you see on YouTube, it's about a Birmingham artist.
I agree with that. Sort of, I feel like, if there's not going to be, 2017 is not on Manchester time, I don't think we'll ever have one, do you know what I mean? Because at the moment, it's just so many positive MCs, artists, do you know what I mean? Artists who are branding themselves, do you know what I mean? They know what they're doing, do you know what I mean? So I feel like next year, I don't keep saying that as well. Oh, next year, because I feel like every person will say next year, do you know what I mean? I'll wait till next year, but I feel like there's too much going on at this moment in time. Like next year, I feel like the progression is going to be crazy.
Right. Who are you rating at the moment then? Like, to kind of round things up, like, who are you? Because I know obviously everyone's got like their crews, but I feel like you're not one of the kind of people who just blow someone up just because they're your brethren. You'll actually, you look for talent and you can spot talent. So who are you rating at the moment?
You're about from the Manchester scene? From
the Manchester scene,
yeah. There's different things again. I look at MCs. I feel like there's a lot of MCs out there. Some probably about 5 or 6 who I think technically better than me as MCs. And then there's the other aspects where there's music whose CDs will be in my car, do you know what I mean? So it's two different sides. I listen to all different people. I like my boy Rags. I think he's mad talented. His punchlines are sick, do you know what I mean?
Okay.
Slay. I like them. But they're my peoples again. I've got Captain CD still in my car from last year. It's Time Money Part 3. That's a sick body of work.
Yeah.
There's so many different. I listen to them all. I don't listen to a guy and think, oh, you're shit. Do you know what I mean? I listen to them all and take in what they're saying. And do you know what I mean? When I see him, I appreciate a lot of the people out there. Do you know what I mean? So I listen to them all. I don't ignore anybody. Do you know what I mean? So.
All right. So this new project, just to kind of round up, like, you're adding 6 tracks to.
6 tracks to my True Stories EP. So
okay. Have you got
finally finished the True Stories? Do you know what I mean?
Okay.
Do you know what I mean? So it's not.
Is it a similar concept? Like, still.
It's just the same concept carried on. So
yeah.
So even though I felt like it ended with the EP, it didn't really end because there was still more to tell. Do you know what I mean? So, like I said, there's 6 more tracks which I feel like finished off.
And when's that coming out?
That'll be on my son's birthday, 23rd of December.
Oh, wow, before Christmas?
Just before Christmas,
okay.
So it's an early Christmas present.
Are there any more videos coming that you can speak on?
There will be one more video released that's not on the True Story EP.
Okay.
Yeah. Okay. I'll keep my mouth shut about that one as well. Yeah. Don't like to big myself up, yeah.
Nah, that's cool. All right, well, where can people find you? Like, obviously, like, I'm plugging True Stories. Like I said, make sure you go check it out. Or if you want, you can wait and get the full thing in its entirety. But I'm impatient, so that's just me. Where can people find you? Socials?
At the moment, my Twitter's a mess. I don't go on Twitter. I'm more of a Facebook guy.
Okay.
Find me on Facebook. Type in Fiasco 2 O's.
2 O's.
Instagram. Fiasco 2 O's again. Now it's F1450. They're the two main social medias to get me at the moment.
Okay, so Instagram and Facebook.
Instagram and Facebook, yeah.
All right, brilliant. Well, like I said, we're calling it the interviews. This has been another great interview with the man I call Mr. True Story. You might know him as Fiasco. Yeah, drop us a comment, man. Let us know what you're thinking. Obviously, subscribe to the channel. And it's officially Urban on Pi Radio. We are out.
Spirit.